Hi everyone, we're back. This is my lovely mother Elaine. Elaine, say hello.
Hello to everybody. Hey there.
And I'm her daughter Jerry, and we are back with another great episode of Thursdays with Mom, where we spend some time walking down memory lane. Mother has great memories to share of when she was a child in the 1930s. So today, Mom, you said you just happened to remember this week a time when you got creative around the house and you scared your mother to death.
Oh, goodness.
So go ahead and tell the story.
Well, this was a little story of mine I recall just recently. I was about 5 or 6 years old, and my older brothers and sisters were out of the house, and Mother was in the kitchen. We were living down in McCalla, down at the old, what we called a dog trot house. At the, what did I tell you the name of that place?
At the Goocher
At the
place?
old Gucci place. Yeah, I don't know how I forget that. But we were living down at the old Gucci place, and at the end of the hallway, as you go to the left into the kitchen or to the right, you would go to the back steps going out into the backyard. And so Mother had made her two flower beds on each side of the steps going outside down the back steps there. And so one day I was looking to see what I could get into, I guess, because I got to thinking about what I had learned about crutches, and that I had learned where someone had used crutches so that they could walk on one foot when the other foot or leg was broken. So I went out into the edge of the woods there, and I found me two sticks that had little splices in them where I could put them under my arms, and I made me some crutches. And so I go back to the house and I get into the hallway, this big old dog trot hallway. And I walk down the hallway and back fine. But when I went to go down the back steps, well, I missed the step and fell down the back steps and hit on one of the rocks that Mother had lined around her flower bed. And I hit on the side of my face, on the left side of my eye. And of course, I screamed and hollered when it happened, and I hit the rocks. And Mother come running out of the kitchen and saw where I was, and she came down the stairs and grabbed me up, and she said blood was going everywhere. This is what I recall from Mother telling me what was going on too. And so she grabbed me up and grabbed a rag and towels and whatever she could get and called for one of the older brothers and sisters that was out. Don't remember if it was Aunt Betty or Uncle Denson was there. And he come running, and they used cold water as cold as they could get it, and to stop the flow of the blood. And it was hit the left, right at the edge of my left eye. So Mother thought that I had put my eye out because of the blood that had gushed out. And so she grabbed me. Of course, back then we didn't have any way of going to the doctor because the car was what Daddy used to go to and from work.
There was not calling 911.
No, we didn't have 911. We couldn't reach a doctor at that time.
Yeah.
So Mother always kept a can of kerosene that she used on any kind of cuts, or if we stepped on nails or anything, that she could stop the blood flow. And it would always kill the germs too, she said. So that's what she grabbed and got that, and held the gash together to get it to stop bleeding. And finally, she got it to stop long enough that she could turn it loose. But she said that I was knocked out. And I don't remember too much about when I came to, other than all of them were standing around me, wondering if I was going to live or if I was dead. But Mother was able to stem the flow of the blood flow in there, and held it too long enough where she could bandage it up. I don't know if she used tape or what she used to hold it together, but till this day, I still have a bad scar at the left corner of my left eye there. And
She asked me today if I ever noticed it. No, her skin's so pretty. I've never noticed that scar there.
it's still there today, so I have proof of me and my homemade crutches that I made and scaring my mama to death. And oh, she always
And
she,
then you tell me she was in the kitchen cooking,
she was in the kitchen.
and she cooked quite a bit because there were of the 8 of you.
She had a wood stove, of course, and so the mother seemed like she was in the kitchen all day long cooking. But that's where she was when I was exploring my new made crutches down the hall.
So she made crutches, and it was kind of like you called an accident. You were ready. You had the crutches before the accident.
I already had them made.
Let's don't do that anymore. Well,
I'm not a good storyteller sometimes, but
yes, you are.
I recall a lot of things that happened to us as we grew up. And I'm so glad I'm still here. I can tell you kids about it. And we had a good life. We really did. We didn't have anything hardly at all compared to rich and poor, but we had each other, and we had mother and dad, and they believed in the Lord Jesus, and they saw to we all went to church at some time or other and knew about the Lord. So we're gonna have a big day one day in heaven.
And with that, we will say see you later. And Mom, you want to tell everybody bye?
Bye, everybody. Thanks for listening.
We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye bye.